The world knows her as a Grammy and Academy Award-winning artist, fashionista, advocate, and icon, Lady Gaga. But to family, she's Stephanie, raised in New York City by parents Cynthia and Joe Germanotta. I sat down with Joe, not only the man behind the superstar, but owner of the Manhattan eatery, Joanne's Trattoria, to talk family, food, and fame.
What is the vibe that you're creating here?
Home.
I can tell.
It's our dining room.
Yeah, I mean, I expected it to be nice, but you walk in here and it feels like you're walking into somebody's house.
Global sensation Lady Gaga now has a legion of fans dubbed the Little Monsters. But before she was a legendary megastar, she was Stephanie Germanotta, putting in the hard work and dedicating herself to a music career, even dropping out of college at NYU, hoping to have her parents support her along the way.
So you guys weren't those parents that said, you're going to be a what? A singer? Did you just to let her do it?
We took her out for her birthday and she sprung it on us. And she said, I have to do this full time. And I said, I don't have a problem with that. I said, but if you don't get a record deal in a year, you're going back to school. And she got the deal.
That was a good deal.
Every weekend when she had a gig, I would load up the big SUV with all her equipment and just watch her. And she used to be her own promoter.
So she was hustling.
Yeah, she would go to locations and say, I have this really great band. She had originally it was called the Stephanie Germanotta Band.
Stephanie Germanotta?
That was a long time ago.
It's been almost 20 years since Lady Gaga first took the stage at nightclubs like the Bitter End in New York City, which has been showcasing talent since the 1950s. Young artists like James Taylor, Billy Joel, and Joni Mitchell all got their starts on the very same stage. The gamble paid off.
I gotta ask you, Lady Gaga is Lady Gaga to me and all the rest of the fans, but for you, are you just in awe of how well she's done, or is she just still your daughter and it's no big deal?
Sometimes I just wonder how this all happened.
I bet.
And it's been quite a ride.
Right. What is the part you can't believe the most?
The
a lot,
success,
right?
and the fans, and just how she can write song after song.
It's Lady Gaga to the fans, but Stephanie, or a special family nickname to close family and friends.
Do you ever call her that? Even saying Stephanie, do you ever call her that? No. Is it weird?
Her nickname is Loop.
Where'd that come from?
When she was a little kid, she was Loopy. My other daughter, we call her Mouse.
Loopy and Mouse.
Loopy and Mouse.
Okay.
In addition to watching his daughter's rise to fame, younger daughter Natalie is an accomplished fashion designer. Joe and his wife Cynthia own Joanne's, an authentic Italian restaurant tucked away on Manhattan's Upper West Side. The name pays homage to Joe's late sister.
Tell me about Joanne.
Well, she was a very, very talented artist and writer. She had lupus, must be 42 years ago now. They really didn't know much about it back then. All her organs started failing, and finally she just passed. She was only 20. She was 20 years old. I was still in high school.
I'm thinking that your daughter, did she know? I mean, was she even... She wasn't born then. They didn't know each other.
No,
but she's talked about her before.
Neither one of them. Natalie is my youngest daughter, Natalie, and Stephanie. Neither one of them ever met her.
They never met. But she talks about her aunt. She talks about a connection with her.
Yes.
And what is that?
Well, if you look at my daughter, Natalie, she looks just like my sister. But the connection with Stephanie, she always felt that she was channeled.
Wow.
Because of Natalie's got the same level of creativity. She's a fashion designer, and she can draw and paint, and she can do all that stuff. She doesn't do the music side. Stephanie does most of the music, but Natalie can sing.
Yeah. So the creative, do you ever sit back and go, because you said you can't believe the success of your daughter. Do you believe that maybe Joanne has a hand in this, and she's
watching?
14 years after opening its doors, Joanne's continues to evolve, featuring live music, and earlier this year, introducing a weekly drag show. Drag Me to Joanne's, it's called.
So on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, we have, young artists that are just starting out here. Now we're getting more mature and more popular artists that come in. And now we just started the drag show. It's intimate, right? But they, they come and they're dancing all through the dining room and out on the patio.
Yeah, it's perfect. I wish I was here for it. I would be right here.
It's a lot of fun.
The vocal businessman has opinions and doesn't shy away from sharing them, but it wasn't always that way.
In the very beginning, I was uncomfortable.
And now it's just normal for you. But at first you were like, why?
It was frightening.
Frightening.
Well, yeah, because you're afraid. My daughter's career, was very important, and I didn't want to say or do anything that would really mess her up. I've had a couple of run-ins where I was on the cover of the Post, and
oh boy. But she's never said anything to you like, Dad, please don't.
No, what happened with that one is I saw her in her dressing room before one of the shows, and she looked at me and she said, "When were you going to tell me about this?"
You had some
well, I
explaining to do.
wasn't going to. So now that you know.
Well, hey, you're vocal. That's why she's the way she is. She's vocal as well. She gets it from you.
We try to be, straight up, tell the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, maybe we can make a difference.
Yeah.
She's made a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to. You don't know it, but you have to.
I'm trying.
Joe says his ideal arrangement would be spending more time with the people most important to him.
I would like to be more bi-coastal so that we could see her more. My daughter Natalie is here, and she's got her fashion studio here. So we go back and forth.
Spending more time on the West Coast would allow the megastar to continue to pursue what Joe hopes are Gaga's next steps.
What would you like to see for her? I mean, she seems like she is all the way at the top. What would you want to see next in her career?
Her next steps?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see her do more movies.
Okay. She's good.
She's good, right? I mean, that Star is Born, fabulous.
So more movies for her is what you would like to see.
And, I really enjoy the residency in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed working with Tony Bennett and his family.
Yeah.
Wonderful
Epic.
people. We were on the road together so much that we all became family.
Oh, you're friends now. Really good.
We're still friends.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Are you her biggest fan? Would you say that? I mean, you got a big
Probably.
wall. There's a lot of fans.
Probably.
You're the biggest one.
I'm probably the biggest fan.